Hi, everyone. It's not Tuesday. It's Monday, and I'm happy to see you guys. Whoop, can I push this a little bit further? Perfect. Okay. I had to change my schedule. Hey, Dave. How's everyone doing? Everybody holding it together? It's great that I'm able to come on today. I had to change schedule for tomorrow, so I'm very grateful for whoever could join me today. Our card of the day, the way applies to change: Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, devil card. What does that mean? We need to change our routine. Stay out of fear. Stay away from things that are unhealthy. If you like to eat your way through problems, you're probably feeling like eating your way through something right now. Okay, so everybody knows what the devil represents to themselves. You don't need to tell us. Just recognize it, change your routine, and stay out of fear mode. All right. And that's why we came on today, because tomorrow's going to be a little crazy. So we just popped on today, and I'm going to need some help from you with some questions. But of course, we're going to take a look at, first of all, let's talk about Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. He's going to be fine. I did a reading on him a couple of live shows ago. He's going to do very well. So don't worry about him. Hi, Beth Cat. But let's go ahead and take a look at him. Let's just start with Governor Tim Walz. He's just not renewing for another term there, getting out of the running. How's he going to do? But I got the sun for him last time. So, and the sun is freedom, right? Governor Tim Walz. How's he doing? Hopefully the temps are warming up for everybody a bit. Yeah, he's exploring some other things, spending time with his kids. He's got a plan, of course. He's got a plan. I still think he's going to run for something here. And he likes being an educator as well. Was he a teacher, you guys? He knows that the world is his oyster. He can do anything he wants. He's had a little problems in the past, of course. He felt a little ungrounded. He just wants to try something different, but I still feel like he's looking at government. I do. He's also looking at teaching, just to say. Okay. All right, but he's fine. He's absolutely fine. Okay. All right. Oh, he was a teacher. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. I just want to remind you guys that through all the readings that I've been doing recently, Trump keeps coming up as the 10 of Wands, which means he goes into overreach. He gets too many irons in the fire. He tries too many. It's whack-a-mole, and he can't. First of all, he can't keep things straight in his head. If you saw him give the speech, he's lilting to the right. He's and he has his weakness on the right side. His speech wasn't well. He can't enunciate or pronounce words well. And they were trying to keep him on script, and he couldn't. He had to go off script, of course. But and then at one point, Rubio and Hegseth are like, oh my God, and even on the plane, they have people, like Lindsey Graham was there, and you could see where he's kind of trying to coach him. At least that's what I was picking up intuitively. So I just don't want you to worry, because every time we ask about Trump, it's overreach. And so we're going to ask, are we getting closer than this overreach? Are we getting closer to Trump being removed? So now he's gone into Venezuela, and that is considered overreach. Didn't check in with the Gang of 8. Was overkill, overreach, too many things. And then it's like he can't even, it's like he can't just have a Big Mac. He's got to have a Big Mac, a quarter pounder, fries, and a fillet of fish, So overreach is his middle name. We're getting closer to having him. Is this overreach? Was this overreach that you're talking about? Moving closer. It's all criminal. It is. And, they did the 5 ETFs with crypto. I think that was that New Year's Eve day or New Year's Eve. It was like, really? Really? And then I just want to remind you, we were going over this in class last night, that, we asked about all of the flying monkeys, all of his administration, and so many of them got the 8 of Swords, so many of them will be moving on, like Patel gets moved, Bondi gets moved. Miller leaves of his own accord and goes to something because he can't get what he wants to accomplish done. So we're seeing that start to happen, but there's a lot of freezing, that 8 of Swords, like, oh, what has he done now? How are we going to get out of this now? So that's what I kept getting. All right. So, and they're still not seeing. Trump still thinks that's fine what I'm doing. And the GOP is still got their blindfold on, their head in the sand. But wait, there's more. There's just more. Okay. And we're not to the ugly cry yet. But wait, the plant is still growing. What is it about to sprout? The spirits are about to speak. Are they friendly? There's more foolish actions yet to come. So we're not quite there yet. He's going to overstep, overreach some more. All right, because he feels like he's in the throes of this power feeling, and he wants to stand up and announce something more foolish, more dastardly, more thievery, more chicanery, more thieving, carny. What else can I get away with? This will be something around a celebration time. We just did the celebration. More drugs, more sniffy stuff. All right. And then there's meetings. There's going to be some very important meetings going on. And people, I feel that the GOP will say, okay, now what are we going to do? We have to stand up. We have to go to the meeting. We've got to talk. And we're not going to be able to just look the other way anymore because he just keeps making this worse for us. And then we have Epstein stuff coming out with the girls as well. So there's some more here. And then there's some really important meetings where they share information. And I feel like this is a yes, that we're really getting close now. And we're on our way to his removal. All right. Because they can't control him. He's out of control. And if you know anything about patients that get dementia, unfortunately, unless they drug them and calm them down, which they might be doing, because he was going to fall asleep when the first military person was speaking about the operation, his eyes were getting little slits. I thought he was going to go down right there, but he didn't. Damn it. Soon. All right. Okay, let's see. And I feel like this, let's just see how oh, thanks for sending the hearts, you guys. All right, let's see. Get him in a padded cell. He needs a padded cell. They're going to have to calm him down and maybe tell him this drug is, for your blood pressure or something like that, or like he's going to follow directions. But then it's going to make him fall asleep even more. So let's just take another look at his health. Then we'll see how the invasion goes. All right, because it's just a joke. The whole thing's a joke. All right, how does Trump do with his health? Christine Chemansky, how you doing, girlfriend? Okay. Are you across the pond? Okay, let's see here. His health. Okay, very emotional. All right. So he'll probably, talk about emotional things that he's emotional about. The election, the 2020 election, water, sharks. Obama lives in the emotional side of his brain. All right. All right. Hopefully you can get some rest, Christine. That must be the middle of the night there. All right, Trump's health. Are we close for him going down? Trump's health. Even my cat, even Zinny's saying, please, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. All right. And nobody can make up their mind. Trump says it's because of this and we're doing this in Venezuela. And then Rubio says it's this and it's not that and we're doing this. And then they say, we can rely on Delcy Rodriguez. And then we say, no, we can't. And she says, no, you can't. And then there's all kinds of crazy shit. Oh my God. Okay. So every time this comes up, this is a multi-system failure. All right. So he has more than one issue going on at a time, of course. And this also means he doesn't drink enough water and the organs are fighting to get nutrients. And all right, there's a doctor here that he's having a tussle with. We already know he's not listening to directions about the aspirin. And Johnny and Jen were saying last night, more aspirin, please. All right, he's unstable, of course. He's fighting words. He was a little bit more stable the other day. Okay, there's the Eight of Swords. This is where we're going. We go from overreach to, oh my God, what have we done? Right? And everyone around him is going to say, oh my God, what have we done? This is a fine mess you've gotten us into, Stanley. All right. And he loses it. He absolutely blows a gasket. Watch for the 101 texts. Of course, I think he did that this morning already, but I guess it's coming up again. And here is this procedure I keep seeing happening. The Queen of Swords means we are going to have a procedure. And he could be getting a little bit more confused. All right, he's not doing very well here. You may see him wandering on the roof again or outside in the snow. Is it snowing there? Okay, and then he comes to a wall. So they're going to tell him, you can't continue like this. Not even for another week. And so we have to do something about this. We're putting our foot down. If you don't let us do this, then we're not going to treat you, or we're going to fire you as a patient, or you're going to have to find someone else. And so they're putting their foot down. And that's probably what to do with the placement of Saturn. And then this could be with the algol and the astrology and just giant. So he's not doing good. No bueno, no mas, no. All right. And then he's going to be looking out a window, hopefully with a little white jacket on. Okay. All right. But he's in a tussle with the doctor right now saying, this is problematic. You have to do this way, or I'm not going to be your doctor anymore. Okay. Ooh, he's going to lose it. All right, you guys hit that like button, help a girl out, subscribe if you're new here, be part of our light worker family. And if you like the video or you hype the video, then you help more light workers like us find our family. All right, we asked about Governor Tim Walz. We asked about Trump's health. Now let's see this mess. Now that Rubio, and I mean, it was an impressive maneuver that our troops did. I mean, whoa. It really was. But Venezuela has bad actors, illegal armed groups from Colombia, the ELN, from Hezbollah, So how's this going to go? Is Trump and Rubio and Miller and everybody going to be able to control this? Is Trump and the administration going to be able to control Venezuela? Will they be able to control? Will they successfully control Venezuela and the people therein? Apparently, the commander of the armed forces there is a wily coyote like Maduro. So I guess they'll be kidnapping more people. What the hell? I mean, we've like, oh God, it's just like I feel like we're in a cartoon. Okay, Earth 1 and Earth 2. All right. And then, we have to do, I just did 3 readings in a row, and everybody needs to do healing and balancing. And that's what we got to start with our heart and then with our mind, and know that this is going to be okay. He's going to be removed. He's going to be removed. All right. They set their sights out, and plus they set the ships out. Okay. And this is what you send out and what your intentions are. This is a very karmic card. Comes back to you. So remember. Okay. This was, it was a shock. Let's keep going. Shocked everyone. All right. Boy, they are not sure. When even right after this happened, they're like, oh man, are we going to do okay? I mean, we pulled it off. We have decisions. Now, who are we going to bond with? Who are we going to accept and do deals with? We're going to have to use our head over our heart, or are we going to be ignoramuses and go with a bad choice? All right, they will have to get with the leader of that military. That's going to be the first check mark on their list. Trying to move forward. But not everyone is on the same page here. Not even in Trump's administration are they all on the same page. And there could be betrayal, all right? And our military are not all on the same page with this. Usually changes for the better that are helpful for us, the people that are reading this. And they're trying to ignore this. They try to ignore parts of this. They try to pretend that something's going to be okay that they have knowledge of is not going to be okay. There's already fighting going on here. All right. And then this means we have to move the military into these buildings. Okay. And then we have to have military meeting of who goes, where do we meet, where else, where are we, what building are we going into next? Okay, so all right, let's see here. With this on its side, I don't think that they have. All right. What happens in Venezuela? Is there unrest? Is there big fighting? What happens in Venezuela now that they've taken out Maduro? What happens there? Looks like their military will try to beef it up. They try to be in charge. Thank you. That's karma. Some people are happy that he's gone, and no doubt, not a good person, There's an issue over the 2 women. So over Delcy Rodriguez, and then the one that accepted the Nobel Peace Prize, and who's doing the right thing. There's a lot of anxiety over this. All right, there's people that are acting out. That's the card that we got, knowing that, that was 2 days ago on the full moon. There's our card of the day today. There are people who are still enslaved to the military commander that have a false sense of responsibility to him. There are drugs involved. There are people making money from drugs that are even in the government, and they want to continue making money here. There will be some people who will be able to break free and say, I'm out of here. I want my freedom. Again, military division, I just heard. All right, and then the darker haired lady. Why does it always come to the queens? It always comes to the queens. All right, and then their dark haired lady starts to speak, but there's a war here. Man, there's 3 queens. 1, 2, 3, 3 right here. But this has to do with the military. Guards, movement, and there's, you know, people acting out. This is happening right now. Are we going to hear about it? I doubt it. And then there's people, there are people that are enslaved. There are people that are in chains that shouldn't be in chains. Okay. So let's see. One of the females is able to turn this around to help Trump. All right. So I'm going to ask, in a week's time, in 7 days, so by next Monday, how will we feel about what's happening right now? Will it be seen as a success or not? Lisa Foster's in the house. Oh, Ian McGrath's in the house. All right, well, in 7 days, will this maneuver be seen as successful or preposterous? Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard, where is she? Okay, we're not having it. They're not having it. There's a lot of, nobody wants what's being offered. Nobody's happy here. All right. Whatever they've tried to set in motion is going to cost just a ginormous amount of money that we needed ourselves. We want to help our own country. All right. By the time we get to Monday, there will have been fighting and disputes. And then Trump has it out with that doctor. And Trump is having it out with Putin. With the Pudster. All right. Gosh, I hope we don't lose people. This is sad. It's unfortunate, but we have to try to make things better. Can't cry over spilt milk. All right, there's a task force. I just heard task. People working together to try to clean this up. Some clarity after adversity. Justice. Shining the light on what went wrong, investigations. And a lot of emotions and change of places. Okay, so change of places. So they go in, military in a building. I wonder if there's going to be a second strike. And they have to move the people that are in their parliament or however you want to call that, or whatever they call that. And then there's just so many secrets and people hiding their true feelings and coming up with plans, moving. I don't know where they think you're going to go because our surveillance is so good, but is there going to be a second strike on Venezuela? Wayne Rich is in the house. Wayne Rich and Ian McGrath, my goodness. Blast from the past. Okay. Will there be a second strike? Will there be a second strike? All right, Raymond, I'm writing that down. Attacks, revolt in April. I know we're going to have, I can feel it. I don't know anything about it, and I don't feel like it's been announced, or if it's been announced, I don't know anything about it, but we're going to have more protests here. Okay, it looks like we might be able to work something out with one of those women. But somebody's a blowhard and doesn't keep their promise, which is Trump. Here's the meeting and the specific building they've got their eye on. It would be overreach again. Oh, boy. Boy, they're talking about it. If they can't get everybody on board, or in Trump's language, if they don't behave. In order to get them to do heavy hand, in order to make them do what we want them to do. Okay. Man, something can be undercover. I'm here. So covert. It could be something that's done covertly, but I think they're putting their, I feel like they can work with this one female. There will be a threat. There will be a big threat and a covert action, and then quick changes for the better. So hopefully it's going to be okay. Thank you, BOD321. Thank you. Okay. I want to know about, will the illegal armed groups act out? Will there be shootings, illegal armed groups acting out? Thank you, Kevin. The illegal groups acting out. Will there be gunfights? Will there be problems? Thank you, baby Electra Tiro. All right. At this one building, there will be foolish actions at this one building, overreach by them. At nighttime, the military guards. And this is funded by another country. So that could be the Hezbollah or the Colombian ELN. Yes, they will feel called to action. Yes, they will feel called to action. Okay, so that's not good. That's a yes. And they'll be dealt with, apparently. All right, let's see. Trump said it's not about the rare earth minerals. And of course, we know it is. We know it's about the oil too, but we know it's about the rare earth minerals. And then he says, and he lies, and he says, it's not really about the minerals. Everybody has rare earths. Everybody's got rare earth. It's about who does the processing. Well, China does the processing, right? And then he says, but we're putting up places that do the processing. So does he have any? Does he have rare earth processing plants going up? Does he have this? Thank you, Lisa. iReading's available. You can go to thewayofpositivechange.com. Scroll down to book an appointment. We'll look at your whole year in advance, where your strengths are, where your challenges are. Does Trump have rare earth processing plants being built or designated? Is he working on that? He hasn't put enough money or effort into it. It's not us. Has spoke with people or asked for a consultation or a contractor to say how much will it take to do this. He has looked into it. I don't know. They have to get the environment set right for that somehow. Looking into it. Hasn't done it yet. He's a big liar. Big liar. He's looking into it, but he hasn't broke ground, or all he knows how to do is break things and break wind. That's all he knows. That's it. All right. Sorry about that. Both the mineral materials based out of Georgia was mentioned in an article I read. Okay. Well, but he hasn't, there's not enough places. He hasn't invested enough in it when it comes up the Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. It hasn't been his primary focus. He's too busy playing. All right. So does Delcy Rodriguez become the person whom they are going to work with? Oh, there's my eagle. Eagles are nesting across the street. Delcy Rodriguez, her future. Then we're going to look at Rubio. Oops. All right, she's having it out with someone. Woo, she's having it. And Trump let her have a piece of his mind. So that might be, and that could be happening even today, and that could set off his health issue. He's trying to follow the suggestion by Putin. All right, that's the other lady. Okay, it looks like she may bend, she may acquiesce. She has to change her plans. She has to work with the team. So she's not out of the picture. They will deal with her. There's another person as well. And I feel like, Trump was talking about Maduro in the first term. And I feel like Avril Haine's report, there's a lot of this. Of course, that's CIA. There's a lot inside that report. So we have to get our hands on that. And we will get our hands on that. All right, let's see. Marco Rubio, is he going to be able to work on this? I mean, everything he says, Trump contradicts him, right? And just writes him off. So how does Marco do? He's got 18 jobs and his nose is growing longer, that he can do more sniffy. Marco Rubio, what does his future in this administration look like? Is he going to be able to smooth things over, work this out? Marco Rubio, Secretary. He's got a short-term goal. He has his eye on the prize. Oh boy, other problems overseas are going to, other people are going to make problems for him. Same card, Nine of Pentacles. This has to do with the military. Boy, he's trying to balance, it's like being in the circus or trying to balance all the plates, He's trying, but this isn't tenable next to this or here. He can't do all of this. He's trying to give jobs, delegate jobs to other people, get somebody else to help him. All right, if he does that, he's still hanging in there. but I feel like something doesn't work and he has to go to plan B. All right. All right, Rubio. All right. Rubio in a couple of months. How does Rubio do in a couple of months? And then we're going to ask about the military refusing. That's what we did in psychic development class last night, too. But this is about Rubio. In a couple of months' time, will he have been seen to be successful with his position or not? I really feel that Trump is just, of course, we know he's not well, but they're not going to be able to control him. Ruby. Okay, so there's CIA reports that come out, and that undoes what, it messes everything up that Rubio's trying to frame. Be patient. The females have got this. Overseas. Plan B. Again, military problems with the military. Defecting. Okay. So he has to change direction and he'll be able to salvage something. Of course, we have to come out of this somehow. So hopefully he'll be able to get us out of this fine mess. All right. Is there going to be you guys, what's the name of the lady who won the Nobel Peace Prize? I forgot to write it down. Hey, Jen Lynn's in the house. All right. Maria Machado. Thank you so much. Machado. Hakuna Machado. Maria Machado. Nobel Peace Prize winner. Will she be able to, will she have an important role, a successful role in Venezuela? Maria Corina Machado. Thank you, Phoenix Rising. Oops. Well, okay. Wow, they tried to scoop her out of there. All right. Wow, they really did her dirty. Woo! Wow. Nasty boy. All right. Magician. She's got to pull a rabbit out of her sleeve. She still has an ace, you guys. She still has an ace. She's got secrets. She knows some things here. She's meeting with the people. She's got backers, money. All right. They're willing to deal with her. There will be an offer made to her. So she will have a place, okay? After they've been terrible. All right. Now, what is Vance doing? What is Vance doing? Now, one of my friends, David, said that Vance's house in Cincinnati, there was a problem. All right. Man, Putin is going to cause a problem. All right. Vance, JD Vance. The house was, but not him. JD Vance, what's going on with him? Near future, the world. The military will not follow him. People do not like him. He does not have the control. He doesn't. He knows it. He's lacking. He wants to try to pretend it's not happening. That's probably Erica, because it isn't Usha. That would be Usha with him, the family. All right, he's trying to, he's working hard, but I feel like he's spinning his wheels. He's just spinning his wheels. So Vance, I gotta write that down. All right. All right. I think it was his house, John Lynn, not him. I think they were already back in Maryland. Okay. Not 100% sure, but all right. Okay, so the military is going to continue to follow Trump and Rubio or not? The United States military going to continue to back Trump and Rubio or not? Yes or no? United States military? There is change. What goes up must come down. There's a general here that it doesn't like it, is not condoning and further actions. There's one general standing in the way here. That's what we got last. Okay, nope. Going to try to outsmart. And because there are more problems cropping up, he's biding his time. He will speak out. He has to, it's like he's waiting for the next order so he can just say no. There's a written paper, indictments, written papers. Oops. He's concerned about the youth and the soldiers. So I feel like there are military that will follow Trump and Rubio, but there's a big general here that is going to say, no, I'm not going to do it. I feel like he is speaking to some other people to try to get more people to follow him. But the majority are still going with Trump and Rubio at this time. Okay. But this is good. One general is good. We'll take a general. We'll keep going, right? There's going to be more meetings. All right. So Trump's health is a problem. There's a procedure. Now let's see what does he do? All right, what does he do that is another overreach? Because last night when we were doing readings and doing our exercises, I felt that I heard the word something goes terribly wrong. So this is something that's set up that goes wrong. Okay, thank you, lucky girl. There it is. JD's house in Ohio was burglarized, vandalized while he was out of town, probably in a secure location due to the U.S. strike for Venezuela. Thank you, lucky girl. All right. So does he go after another target? Does Trump strike out at another target? Does Trump strike out at another target? He wants to. He absolutely wants to. Okay, there's going to be speculation and a lot of talk, and he says he's going to do it. But someone is trying to temper this to get him to calm down. This sets everyone, this is what came up in everybody's reading today. It's like, oh my God. Just so everyone has to stay calm. You're going to be okay. All right. And then again, the Queen of Pentacles comes with a report and things that we've been waiting for come to light, quick changes for the better. He will do it. Now, because of the urgency of what he's doing and his craziness, and also I feel like he gets dehydrated and his dementia gets worse because he's probably got a urinary tract infection. Sorry for that. And he just goes out of his mind and he does it again. I don't know if this is Iran because of the Ayatollah and what's happening there. I'm not quite sure, but there's another power move here with the power stick. Oh my God. But we have some really good things coming out to help us, some good reports and some help. And the general. All right. Do we have anything? Let's look really quick. Do we have anything worthy of celebration? For the Democrats, the House, it looks like the House is going to they're going to vote again on the water quality for Colorado that Boebert and the other Democratic leaders were getting it passed to go through, and then Trump vetoed. They're going to bring that back up. And also for the Miccosukee, whose land the Everglades holding area. All right. Guides and angels, are we getting news? Are people standing up? We're going to have some wins, something that's celebratory, some wins that are worthy of celebration. For the Democrats and for the people that are trying to save our democracy. Do we have good news coming? We do. We have reports and indictments. So wait a little bit. Be patient. I felt like I needed to shuffle again. I will shuffle one more time on this. They're in the works. Younger people in the military. Something that Biden set on the back burner as a security, just the same way he put in all those federal judges. All right, Ace of Cups. An offering. Putin does get pissed off, and Putin does. Thank you, Judy. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet of you to say that. Putin has the goods, of course, on Trump, and he can release information about the younger people in the Fs. All right, we are getting it. We're getting celebratory stuff. Secrets. Yes. Whoa, I'm so happy. Woohoo, worthy. All right. This is not the quickest card in the deck. It takes a while. So, but it's on its way. So when you start worrying, so when you start going into the anxiety and your Your imagination is on warp speed and overdrive, and you're thinking, what if this, what if that? I just want you to hold on, because our guides and angels, you saw it right here. We have the goods. We're going to get more information. Even the Epstein stuff, I'm going to ask about that. I was told to shuffle on this twice. So we're getting hands incoming from the angels, a lot of angelic help and secrets and kids, you know, the youth. All right. So please know that we will be celebrating. Please know. He's going to be removed. All right. They told me to shuffle twice. It's coming. Knight of Wands. I have to shuffle thoroughly. Then we're going to ask about Eps. Because they're past due. They keep breaking the law. This was voted on, passed, and they're supposed to provide the information. All right. Will the Democrats get celebratory news? We have something to celebrate. We'll be very happy. Democracy holds. We win something. Do we get a win? Do the Dems win? Soon. Come on, angels. They're working on it. We're getting help. This is a good team effort. This is everybody working together. Because nobody wanted what they did in Venezuela. They're not happy with this. The people are not happy with their elected officials. On a scale from 0 to 10, we're at 7. This has to do with Putin somehow, all right? And then there's also the fight between Trump and his physician. We have it. We have the goods here. This is in the near future. We have the information that we need. Slow and steady wins the game. There's problems in Venezuela with their military. We have to take a different approach to win this, and we have to give up one battle in order to win the war. We have to sacrifice a battle to win the war. There's change, significant change that no one can control, and we win. All right? Strength, Sun. You cannot confuse the meanings of these outcome cards. We win. Patience and perseverance. This lady didn't train this lion in a day. But this does happen, and we do win. And that's what you need to hold on to. That's why we came on here today, because this nonsense is just nonsense. And it's not really what's most important. Now that it isn't important, it is, but the most important thing is the message to get across that we're going to be okay. All right? And we get wins. We get wins. That they're going to stop him. They don't want what he's doing. They do not want him. Not in a box, not with a fox. All right? If you didn't see Petty Boots last night, Jen and Johnny had a great show. Johnny had an awesome shirt on. Oh my God, I loved it. I laughed so hard. All right. Are we going to have victory with getting the Epstein Files? We have a victory getting the Epstein Files. Khanna, Garcia. We're successful in getting the Epstein Files. Yes. Takes a little bit longer. Khanna, Garcia, the guy that's following the money. All right. Again, they're saying, first, we're going to be tempted to be worried. Okay? Be tempted to be worried. Our imagination, because of all of the hype and speculation and ridiculous talk, It could just push everybody over the edges. What if this? What if that? And your worst fears are not going to suddenly appear. All right. These meetings are taking place. There's some, this is big stuff. And we're going to be worried about this big building in Venezuela, whatever that is. But justice is on it. They're all right. And listen, Bondi, this is Bondi's card. She's frozen. She doesn't know what to do. Bondi and Blanche are like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And all this stuff came in from SDNY. And what are we going to do? We try to hide it. Oh, then here it comes. Here come the judge. We're getting it. We're getting it. We got it. We're fighting for it. We're going for it. We're getting it. Enlightenment comes. The Star of David and the Hermit's Lantern. Quick changes for the better. They're working on it right now. Listen, they're going to try to do everything they can to get away with and redact and everything. But we're getting it. Now, this is a work in progress, and we have to continue working on it. But we're going to get it. And they're going to be like, I don't know what to do. I'm frozen. I can't. I'm going to lose my law license. Yes, Bondi, you are going to lose your law license. Absolutely, 100%. But we're going to get this. They have sunk their teeth. Garcia and Khanna are like pit bulls and MTG. All right? So we're getting it. We are getting it. They're still working on it. Well, this doesn't take very long. All right. Now, let's see. Are we going to have a tax revolt? Raymond wanted to know, are we going to have a tax revolt around April? Why should we pay our taxes? Just saying. Going to be a revolt over paying taxes? Jen Lynn says, I'm doing a tax revolt. So going to protest tax revolts. Aw, love to you too, Christine. Boy, there's a lot of talk about this. Yeah, they want to put something together for protest. Waiting to see what happens. Yeah, I think so. I think they will. I think they're going to say, you know, you're not going to spend our tax dollars to go into Venezuela to do all these things in all these other places. So I feel like we will. I feel like it's proposed. Now, I want to ask about Putin because I keep getting these Russia cards. Russia. All right. Boy, that light's not far from going right on my face, so I got to get. All right. What about Putin? Is Putin making a giant problem for us? Is Putin making a giant problem for us? Then we'll do a reading for you and I. Yes, he is. Okay. Yep. He's controlling Trump, controlling the money, making it worse for everybody, instigating attacks, plans. Because remember, he's going down too. He and Trump go down around the same time. Plans, there he is. Yeah, he's making huge problems. But remember, if Trump doesn't do what he tells him to do, he's got the Epps goods. Remember, but he is definitely, he's trying to blow up everything. You know, he's trying to he just wants the United States dismantled. He's done a good job. All right, let's do a reading for you and I. Libby's in the house. Let's do a reading for you and I. Guides and angels. What's the message for us for this week? We know it's control your imagination. Your worst fears are not going to suddenly materialize. Healing of our mind and our heart. Calming music. I did 2 spreads. The angels told me to do another spread. They whispered, I heard them. So I knew I had to do 2. We got the sun and the strength card. We have celebratory moments coming. Message from our guides and angels. They're helping us. And our ancestors are helping us. Build up your self-esteem. Have faith. Believe in things that are unseen. Big message there. What goes around comes around. Trump goes down here. He's already having problems. He has multi-system problems with his health. Do not worry. And he's meeting up with opposition within his own cabinet. Many messages are coming very soon. We keep working on what we're working on. Biden put something into place that we're not aware of yet, and that could have to do with Avril, right? We get the Sun card. They want us to play without adult care. They want us to play and believe in things that are unseen and know. We work when we need to work. We protest and stand up and stand our ground when we need to. We got both of the faith, both of the faiths in the 78 cards of the tarot. 5 of Pentacles, the 4 of Swords. Say your prayers, send out love and gratitude, stay in a moment of grace. And we know that it's coming. And we have people in Congress that are working for us. We protest when we need to. Take good care of your health, very good care of your health, and we're going to be all right. Say prayers, send prayers out. All right? No worries. The sun trumps literally everything here, okay? And we got it as the outcome card. We're going to be okay. All right. Much love to you. Thanks for joining me today. Everything's going to be okay. All right? Take care.